Give him that open ice with a little bit of speed. He can make you pay.
Canadiens hit 9 shorthanded goals last year. May have a look here. Here's tapping it in. Scores! Oliver Kapanen's got his first NHL goal. Stay on the puck. Fired up ahead at center off Kirby Dach. It slides to Gallagher, a chance. Fought off rebound. Scores! Zach Bolduc! And the Canadiens have their first lead of the night.
Working ahead for Montreal. Bolduc. Back on the puck, he'll play it back. It's up to Gallagher. Nice little pop pass in front. Bolduc, wrist shot, score! Back-to-back, Zach Bolduc, his second of the season, 1-1 hockey game.
It's amazing how different they are, but how compatible they are at the same time.
Another chance again, led by Newhook. And Kapanen, score! Back-to-back nights, back-to-back goals. Oliver Kapanen, 2-1 Montreal. Couldn't get it on Dobish. Maybe one last rush for Montreal in the period. Suzuki, he'll stop, look for help, drops it off. Matheson, wrist shot, score! Mike Matheson, 3-1 Montreal. And a dagger with 6.7 to go in the first.
2 games, 2 goals for Bolduc on the season already. Arbor Jackeye again. And a shot from Carrier, tipped in front. Wow. And it's 4-1.
Wow. The pace of the NHL.
Suzuki digs in on the draw. Slavkovsky, Caulfield, waiting, shooting. Big stop, Gibson, rebound, score! Power play goal for Montreal. And their first of the season as they crack through.
Wayne Hudson, back for Nick Suzuki. Suzuki hands it off. Bolduc with a shot, scores! Cole Caulfield knocks it out of midair and bangs it in. And the power play finally connects. Down to Caulfield. Caulfield hands it off along the goal line. Suzuki in tight. Caulfield with a chance. Might decide they score. It's Bolduc again on the doorstep as he puts it under the crossbar and in. Hudson's shot gets stopped. Knocked down. Caulfield's got it. Caulfield shoots. Stops. Rebound. Right down. Another chance. Wide open net. Goalie shot. Scores! 15 seconds left on the clock. Goulie's shot gets through, and it might have been tipped on the way to the net.
Puck in the corner. Here's Newhook for Demidov. Demidov will skate it in. Stops. Waits. Center feet. Score! What a pass! Demidov to Newhook. 1-0 Montreal. For Goulet. Goulet. Wanted it in front. Nice stick. Larson or Suzuki was in home free. Good defensive stick by number 6. Caulfield. Wrist shot, score! Cole Caulfield! Gallagher took the cross check. Able to work it for Bolduc. Bolduc. Round the wall to Matheson. Across quickly. Dobson. Space in. Shot, score! The deflection in front. Puck behind the goal line. Lining for Demidov. Demidov cutting in. What a move. Passes across. Line. Demidov in. Wait. Score! Ivan Demidov. 4-4 game. Veneer, Suzuki. Line up. Suzuki wins it. Hudson off the draw. Curls around. Lane Hudson. Cutting in, dropping off, Caulfield. Shoots, score! OT winner! Cole Caulfield! Demidov spins around, up for Goulet. Goulet thought about the shot. Goes to Hudson. Hudson shoots right on rebound. Kapanen trying to jam it home, and he will! Oliver Kapanen bangs it home! 1-1 hockey game! Empty net. Marcia Stowe's got a chance and a good save and block. Stretched up to Caulfield. Caulfield cutting in, wrist shot, score! He did it again! Cole Caulfield! Matheson along the boards. Digs it in the corner. 7 seconds left. One last chance. Suzuki, Caulfield, score! Can you believe this kid? OT winner, Cole Caulfield!
Tried to work it up the wing, broken up. So now Chad with a hot shot that sails over the net. Kept in at the line by Matthew Robertson and taken away. And it's Caulfield with Slavkovsky scores! Trying to escape Schneider. Plays it out for Suzuki to Gallagher. Sharp angle. Here's a scores! Nick Suzuki. What a feed by Demidov. Anderson back to the point for Struble. Struble got it across. Dobson shot, scores!
Nice defensive play by Connor Timmins. Area check by Krebs. He kicks it out. Demidov in tight. Out in front. They score! It's Oliver Kapanen, who picks up the loose change. 11:31 left to go in the opening period. Montreal. In the off wing, the trailer. Dobson in front. Slavkovsky shut down by Alex Lyon. And the scramble. Suzuki, backdoor, Dobson, right in, a stuffed chance, he scores! Slavkovsky out in front. Noah Dobson initiated the play. Uri Slavkovsky will get the goal, the Canadiens by 1.
Good stick by Jason Zucker, but not out. Howard takes over in back of the goal. Mileno checking, forces a turnover. Newhook, Hudson, he scores! Wayne Hudson will stretch it out. 8:22 left. The Canadiens by 2. Darlene, 6 skaters out for Buffalo. Great block by Suzuki. Open ice, open net. Jake Evans puts it away.
Hudson gets it back. Double Duke scores! One-timer beats Wolf, and Montreal opens the scoring late in the first.
Attackers in overtime. Newhook over the boards. Trailed by Demidov, who has it now. Demidov in some room. Hesitates, Matheson scores! Demidov with the setup. Matheson wins it, and Montreal keeps their roll going.
Here's Newhook trying to steal the puck. Played up top. Lane Hudson. Jimmy Swaite shoots in front for the lead. Score! That second effort buried in front, and the Montreal Canadiens take a 1-0 lead. Josh Anderson, Jake Evans, Gallagher. One of many players, big Jays fans on the team. Evans steals, Gallagher in front. Josh Anderson! Score! Anderson buries in front, and Montreal within 1. Had the puck, lost it, fighting back for it as he fell. Dobson, near point, slings it across, backdoor, Cole Caulfield! Oh, what a goal! Caulfield, magic, 3-3 tie! 3-3 game, Oilers come again and carry a great stick on Ekholm to make sure that missed the mark. Suzuki in transition quickly with Caulfield. Caulfield delays and shoots, score! Back-to-back, Cole Caulfield, 4-3 game. Gets it back in the corner. Alex Newhook hands it up top. Struble dumps it in. Kapanen dishes in front, score! Newhook doubles down, and Montreal's got 5.
What did we just talk about in the second intermission?
Hudson to Suzuki. Hudson lets one go, blocked. Loose puck in front, to the side, Suzuki scores! Nick Suzuki with an open net extends his point streak to 9 games, leaning the wrong way. Puck just went wide to his left. Now Hudson, another shot blocked in front. Loose puck. Slafkovsky scores. Broke his stick as he put it in. Reichel trying to knock the puck away from him. Canadiens maintaining control in the Vancouver zone. Carrier, Matheson fakes the shot, lets it go, he scores! Mike Matheson.
The flyby screen of Kirby Dach, and then Alex Newhook makes it difficult.
Here's Matheson, who has the go-ahead goal for the Canadiens. Kane went down trying to check him. Carrier at the line. Demidov shoots, he scores!
We get Noah Dobson. Well, now there might not be space for Logan Mailloux. You want to have your composition of your roster a little different.
Suzuki in front off the steal. Suzuki backdoor score! Cole Caulfield! 1-0 Montreal and make it 10 straight games with a point. Nick Suzuki. Backhand feed, Hudson. Suzuki. Waiting, dishing, pass in front, score! Oh, bang play, Slafkovsky. Power play goal, 2-0 Montreal. Did they ever work that around? Alex Newhook. Pop pass in front, Bolduc from Gallagher. Newhook gets it back. Up for Dobson, Kirby Dach. Waiting, shot, score! Off a skate and then back to the net. Alex Newhook, with 15 seconds remaining in the power play, gets a power play goal.
Suzuki. Caulfield almost stripped by Catton. Caulfield drags it. Tries to stuff it. Decord can't get it. Cole Caulfield wins it in overtime.
I thought this play was very close to being offside, Johnny.
Okay.
Live. I thought it might have been.
Clemens for Zoom, wristed towards the net, knocked away by Dobson. Pinto settles it down. Caulfield in alone. Scores! Worked it around for Caulfield. Down for Ivan Demidov. Back to Caulfield. In low, Suzuki scores! Slafkovsky side of the net. Power play goal. Matheson with it. Hudson comes off the bench. Here's Demidov to Hudson. In front, Demidov scores! What a setup and what a goal! Tied in! On to the wing for Demidov. Trying to get by Dylan Cousins. Can't do it. Batherson will take it back. Breakaway for the game. Scores!
Dishes, Gallagher, quick strike off a leg as Gallagher try to steer one in. Pass up top, wrist shot wide, Dobson, follow up, score! Kirby Dach back of the net, and it's 3-1. Leads the team in power play goals. Up for Hudson. Hudson to Suzuki. Suzuki to Caulfield. Demidov dusts it off, one-time run, score! What a passing play! Suzuki, power play goal, 3-2 game. Up top, Struble to Hudson. Nice move, Hudson working in. Hudson tries to center, in front, score! Dach doubles down, 3-3 tie. Tried to reverse, good play Sanheim, but he can't clear. There's Hudson waiting for it. Hudson, band on the clearing attempt, but he gets it to Slafkovsky. Demidov, cutting in, score! Ivan Demidov, half lead, 4-3. Both these teams have really found the offense early in the season, as the Devils able to strike first here. Bouncing puck, score! Oh, what a break! Off a body and over Markstrom, and the Habs have tied the game.
And now Dylan is playing up in that role, which is maybe one spot higher.
Jevons, shoot, score! Jake Evans, right through the pads, 2-2 game. And isn't this that time of the game for a guy like Demidov to maybe do something magical? Newhook, waiting, shooting, kick save, rebound, score! The backhand! Oliver Kapanen Kapanen, and it's 3-2 Montreal.
Yamamoto right on him and rubbed him out on the boards as Kapanen will take the puck. Oliver Kapanen tied for the NHL lead in rookie goals. Got it to the net. Scores! Trying to work it on the board. Schmaltz cut him off. Now Dobson will grab it. Dobson to Caulfield. Caulfield scores! Kapanen after it. Barrett Hayden fell down. Kapanen fell over him. Newhook got the ice with it. Newhook from Cole scores! What a highlight reel goal! Alex Newhook. Caulfield trying to play it. Nick Suzuki up with it. Back to the point. Matheson has got it. Shot towards the net. Tipped wide. Caulfield in front. Jordan scores! Cooley to Sergachev. Crowd recognizes the work by that line to do just that. Look out. Turning after Utah. No one can touch the puck. Suzuki scores! Olimata lost it. Cody Dock has got a breakaway. Dock with Cole on his back. Scores!
Final minute, Bell Center, first period. Turcotte lost the puck. Here's Evans. Evans, yet Anderson lurking. He'll drop for Hudson. For Anderson. Anderson shoots. Score! Josh Anderson! If that's not it, Evans made sure. 1-0 Montreal.
Pass blocked by Matheson. Zucker in front. Arvidsson can't get to it. Here come the Canadiens shorthanded. Evans with Matheson. Evans shoots. Struble has got it. Long feet ahead. Suzuki to Caulfield. Scores!
They'll draw it away from the Tkachuk. Juraj Slafkovsky down low, curling out. The Habs go to work. Demidov right in. An opportunity for Matheson. A shot, and they score! Oliver Kapanen in the dead slot, set up beautifully by Mike Matheson. Pinching down is Lane Hudson. He's got it. He'll crank it up. He'll stutter step a couple of times on Monahan. A winding shot off a bevy of humanity is scored on. Josh Anderson jumps on it. And the Canadiens have life. Noah Dobson faking that shot. Olivier still without his stick. Dobson trading places with Hudson, who has it now. His shot tipped in! It pinballs home with 1:19 left. Lane Hudson from downtown.
Good little drop pass for Dobson at the line. Demidov. Dobson. One-time drive. Rebound. Puck in front. Bouncing. Gallagher. They wave it off. And then Wilson, a massive cross-check as he comes in. Gallagher that close to his first of the season. Lost his stick, and then he's hit by Gallagher. Faravari was pleading for a call. Davidson for Gallagher. Off the wall, Matheson faked the shot. Valeno, shoot, score! He's got one! Joe Valeno first as a Montreal Canadien! Good check, Bolduc and Suzuki. Little space, he'll flip. Lane Hudson cutting in. Hudson trying to drop it back. Here's Bolduc. Up top, one-time drive. Rebound, score! Suzuki, back of the net, 4-3 game! Pardon me, Caulfield in the corner. As Caulfield battling for the puck. Here's Hudson. Hudson, Caulfield, up top. Matheson, one-timer, score! Mike Matheson, one-goal game!
Here's McCabe. Is checked into play by Caulfield. Back the other way with Gallagher. And Suzuki. Cole Caulfield hangs on. Suzuki scores! Lane Hudson has the icebreaker tonight. Dobson in deep. Takes a lap in the Leaf zone. Kick back to Matheson. Watched by Nylander. Dobson ready to fire it. Scores! McMahon was heading off, and Just jumped over the boards and avoided touching that puck. Slavkovsky down low. Shot scores! Another one for Noah Dobson. And across to Dobson. Josh Anderson. His shot scores! Up over the shoulder wall. And it's 4-0. Michael Matheson off the skeet to Robertson, and Josh Anderson will nail it. Second of the game for Anderson. And that'll put it on ice.
Pass down to Bolduc, a hard pass. Lane Hudson, top of the power play, lets it go, wants a tip in front. That was directed wide by Gallagher. Habs first to the puck. Hudson, cross ice pass, a drive, and they score! And there is that big power play goal. Zach Bolduc cashes in his 5th of the season, and Montreal leads tonight in Utah 1-0. Has some company with Lawson Krause bearing down, given away almost to Peterka, who looks skyward, having that going off his skate and away. Here's Caulfield back the other way. Chance in front, scores! One-timer from the captain. Nick Suzuki makes it 2-0. Montreal with 3:23 to go.
Well, it wasn't a penalty on Slavkovsky at the end of the second period, so I don't know how you can call it a penalty now.
Hudson, saucer pass in, Gallagher shot, big rebound off the bar, Suzuki scores! Montreal gets it right back, and a 3-point night for Nick Suzuki, and the game, Keller is in over the line, but a neat poke check there from Matheson will turn Utah back. Here's Demidov, takes this puck, shot, scores! Ivan Demidov with a rip, and it's 2 quick Montreal goals, and the Canadiens back in front again. Through center, Bolduc. He'll skate it in. Caulfield lets it go. Slavkovsky protects in the corner. In front, Bolduc, score! What a pass! Slavkovsky, Bolduc, back of the net. 1-0 Montreal. Avs set it up. Here's Suzuki, backhand feed, knocked away. Carrier alertly poked that, otherwise Vegas would have had a odd man rush. Caulfield, score! A rocket in tight, 2-0 Montreal. Puck back for Mitch Marner. Had it, got the crowd murmuring, but he couldn't get the shot off. Here's Evans, cutting in, Jake Evans, score! Evans, 3-0 game! Suzuki, first man in. Behind the net, Nick Suzuki. With it towards the net, Valeno's right in front. One last try, Slavkovsky, score! Only fitting, Juraj Slavkovsky, what a game, and what a finish. A goal and assist. Down and out, Dobish able to keep it out. And Landeskog's stick shattered, he tried to deflect in front. Here's Demidov dropping it back. Spin around with Slavkovsky, cutting it across, score! What a passing play! The setup again, Slavkovsky to Demidov, and the Habs have life. Caulfield. Cole Caulfield, hardboard, Suzuki. He'll delay. Caulfield, waiting. Hudson, one-time bomb, score! Lane Hudson with the rocket. Power play goal, and Montreal a little life. It's 6-2. What a push. Here's Hudson. He'll dish it off. Suzuki. Caulfield, goal line, in front, score! Slavkovsky, tap in. Power play goal, 1-0 Montreal. Caulfield hesitates. Suzuki. Stick handling, back to Caulfield. Hudson, Caulfield, thought about it. Suzuki, waiting, shooting, score! Nick Suzuki, power play goal, and it's 4-2.
Plays it around to Caulfield. Cole Caulfield, up the board, Suzuki will stop it. Suzuki to Caulfield, and both scores! Slavkovsky, power play goal, 1-1. Trying to play it, Matheson bumps in, and Texier will take off with it. Gets to center and dumps it in. Demidov goes after the puck in the corner. Demidov got it, and front scores! Kapanen! What a setup, and what a goal! We're tied again. And he'll start it off. Caulfield cuts wide. All the way almost to the boards. Gal back into the slot, speeds up, scores! Put it through the legs of Comrie.
Plays it to the left side. Suzuki turns away from Steven Lorentz. Rink wide. Here comes the pass. In front. Backdoor scores. It's Cole Caulfield. Chance here 0 for 1 in the shootout this year. Texier in, and he looks through there.
Jeez. Can you imagine having the confidence to do that?
Cole Caulfield stops, shoots off the stick of Parayko, and behind Binnington. Dobson fakes the shot, walks it in. Pop pass, Caulfield, score! He stays red hot! Cole Caulfield!
If Texier's going to the net with his stick on the ice, you could try for a high tip opportunity.
So Dobish to the bench, extra attacker out. Habs down by 2. Dobson again, score! Noah Dobson! A rocket! 1 goal game! Trying to cruise in, and he was interrupted, and Demidov the other way. Final minute, Belson. Demidov at the line. Across Suzuki, score! Rocket in as Nick Suzuki parried it. If not, Kapanen made sure. Regardless, power play goal, and it's 4-1.
And your stick is positioned differently, not as much in the middle of the ice.
Dobson tried to work it in deep. Letang fanned on it. Texier waiting in. Score! He's got one. Alex Texier back of the net. 1-0 Montreal. Carlson towards the net again. Stopped it. It's popped right to Slafkovsky. Uri Slafkovsky in transition. Hudson over the line. Gallagher all alone. Wrist shot. Score! Up top and a much-needed one. What a snipe. Brendan Gallagher, second of the season. Up top, Hudson thought about the one-timer. Suzuki. Back to Hudson. Hudson. Suzuki. Both Dukes in the slot. Caulfield zips it in front. Score! The big job! Caulfield! Power play goal! 3-0 Montreal! 9th of the season for Brian Rust, and now Sidney Crosby, 70 points in 53 career games versus Montreal. Backdoor feed, score! What an answer! As Slafkovsky pumps it back, and Montreal
got it into the corner, taken away by Suzuki. Hands it up for Caulfield. Caulfield up to the Rangers' end for Suzuki. In front, scores! Zach Folger right in front of the goal. Tips it in. The first shot on hit by the Canadiens. Canadiens 11-4 this season when scoring first. Texier hands it off. Jack-Eye scores! Arbor Jack-Eye's shot gets through. His first of the season, and first since December 20th, 2024. Lafreniere has it go off his skate. Nakanainen tried to work it out. Valeno blocked it. Jake Evans on it. Scores! Jake Evans rips it under the bar and in. 3-0 Montreal. Wayne Hudson jumps on the puck. Hudson curling around. In front, Anderson scores! Josh Anderson on the feed from Lane Hudson. Fires it in from the slot on the Canadiens. Get their 2-goal lead back. It's 4-2.
And the Habs win the draw. Hudson to Demidov. Demidov dishes down low. Slafkovsky for Demidov. Demidov cutting in, shoots, score! What a rocket! Ivan Demidov! 1-0 Montreal! Evans Valeno continue to work. Jake Evans in the corner. Bouchard trying to poke it away. McDavid there. Give it away. Valeno! Score! What a goal! Off the turnover. Joe Valeno buries it. And it's 2-0 Montreal. Through center. Suzuki to Caulfield. Little pass to Hudson. Works it across. Slafkovsky backdoor score! Suzuki! Power play goal! 3-0 Montreal! Regula starts the play. And then losing it was Frederick, and Texier trying to get it with Gallagher. Texier again, wrist shot, score! Alex Texier, 4-1 Montreal! Konechny curls around in his own zone. Up the ice, Carrier met Dvorak well, and Josh Anderson's got it. He lays it back. Evans across. Richard score! Texier, another one! 1-0 Montreal! Up for Hudson. Lane Hudson throws it back in deep for Bolduc. He'll leave to Caulfield. Caulfield shakes off Teravainen. In front, one-time score! He's got one at home! Zach Bolduc, 1-1 game! Bolduc on the puck, back up top. Carey, high-wrister fought off. Big rebound as Nazar's out of the box, 5-on-5. That's right, tip! Score! Hudson the rip and Bolduc the tip! Second of the game, and Montreal leads by 1.
That weak side of the ice has been open a few times for Montreal when they get playing in the offensive zone.
Davidoff rebounds, opposite, backhand try, back, score! They jam it in, and Montreal's got 3. So down by 2, net empty. Suzuki's got a chance, floats it down, scores! The captain seals it, Nick Suzuki, 4-1, Montreal.
Back for Caulfield, walks out, put it off the outside of the net. Slafkovsky poked it free. Suzuki back to Caulfield. Slafkovsky scores! Pass up ahead. Raquel can't get it by Hudson. Gallagher gives it up for Beck. Beck's got spaces with his foot. Scores! Owen Beck, first NHL goal. Rushed around the goal with it. Threw it in front. Kapanen was there. Anderson, short-handed. Crosby trying to catch him. Anderson scores! He'll backhand it across for Mantha. Drops it off. Letang. Broken up. Anderson scores! Second of the night for Josh Anderson. Bullseye.
A long stretch pass finds the mark for Oliver Kapanen. Stick shatters for Ryan Shea. So the Canadiens try and get it back to the line. Here's Demidov in front. Kapanen scores! How about that for a passing play? Canadiens able to move it back to center. Here goes Juraj Slafkovsky, moves it across. There's another try from Kapanen. It's his fourth shot of the game already as Demidov scores. Ivan Demidov with a bullet off the right side beats Shilovs.
Your chances of advancing are going to be somewhat limited.
Here's Matheson, cross ice for Dobson through the middle. Sammy Blais loads the traffic in front on Shilovs and they score. Noah Dobson with all kind of bodies in front finds a way to get this through.
Run into there by Tanner Jeannot as Gallagher tried to center. Back to the line. Hudson, long try, hit a body in front. Blais, side of the net, scores! Sammy Blais, from a nearly impossible angle, finds a way up top. As Nikita Zadorov gets it up to the neutral zone. Comes back to him and given away. Here goes Demidov moving in. Scores! Ivan Demidov. What a beautiful finish. Focus back to Charlie McAvoy. And Zadorov sticks, snaps in 2. Here goes Hudson through the middle. Suzuki with a backhand, they score! Zach Bolduc picks up the loose puck. Demidov over to Suzuki. Back to Demidov. Dobson cranks the shot, broke a stick. Caulfield in front, scores! Cole Caulfield, A+ hands. Slides it right through Swayman for Caulfield. Dobson switching with Caulfield. Dobson, one-timer, bouncing around, they score! Nick Suzuki bats it out of the air. Slafkovsky drops it off. There's a shot from Kapanen, fought off by Swayman. Back in front.
Goes all the way for Hudson. Back across and they score. Slavkovsky adds another off a dart of a pass.
There you see an example of a quick strike team. Those are 3 quality chances. I think that last one may have hit the outside of the post.
Slavkovsky driving, centering pass. They score! Demidov goes to the net. The Canadiens are on the board. Kucherov will work it back the other way.
What an entry from Slavkovsky once again to get the puck into the hands of Demidov.
Now Kapanen, Slavkovsky, the trailer right up the middle, shoots, scores! Uri Slavkovsky with his second point of the night, and it's a 2-goal game. Forecheck by the Canadiens going to work. Texier doing some nice work right now. Caulfield sends it back to the blue line. Noah Dobson, shot, score! Dobson comes in off the blue line, fires it in, and it's a 1-goal game here in Tampa Bay. And he'll kick at it. Puck comes free. Lane Hudson, shot blocked. Demidov sets it up. Slavkovsky scores! Uri Slavkovsky ties the game with 3.8 seconds to go. Dobson scrambles to keep it in, and he does that. Hudson. Caulfield kicks it into gear. Cole Caulfield with an opening. Caulfield right in! Scores! Caulfield with a magnificent goal. And once again, it's a 1-goal game. Lusterinen who lifted the stick, not for Hagee. Clubbed down by Tarasov, and he doesn't know what to do for sure. He'll get back in net. Here's Demidov. Suzuki shoots, scores! The Canadiens have done it again late in Florida. We are tied at 2.
Ekblad, Mikla, and Lundell, incredible job. Slavkovsky now, over to Dobson. The feed, put in front, and they score. Nick Suzuki in overtime. 3-2, Montreal wins it.
Goes cross ice. Here's a shot from Suzuki that stops. Jesperi Kotkaniemi picks it up, looking for a way out. Can't find it. Suzuki shot, and he scores! Nick Suzuki finds the back bar.
And like I said before, Victor, if you're the Montreal Canadiens, this is exactly the start you want to have against a team like the Carolina Hurricanes, who's not known for coming back from behind.
Demidov passes over, and they score! Puck comes around for Brendan Gallagher. Floats it through center. Hudson pokes it ahead. Here's Blais busting in, and he scores! Sammy Blais finds a seam through the middle, and pots one past Brandon Bussey. Hurricanes battling for it again. Keandre Miller fires it off his own man, and here goes Texier. Walking in, passes across, they score! Cole Caulfield right on cue, his first against the Carolina Hurricanes. Looking ahead to center ice. Almost offside here as Anderson was scrambling back. It's given away. Anderson in front, scores! The Carolina Hurricanes throw it away right to Josh Anderson, who makes them pay. Canadiens advance to center. Slavkovsky picking up momentum, and he scores! Slavkovsky sneaks it in off the short side to beat Brandon Bussey.
Both teams have provided massive offense here tonight. Now taking aim for an empty net from 200 feet. He scores. Lane Hudson didn't hesitate.
Good outlet for the Habs as they'll bring it in again. Bolduc cutting in, put it across. It's Kobe and a good stick to break it up. Hudson quickly. Carrier, wrist shot, score! The deflection in front. Carrier ripped it. And the Montreal Canadiens strike first on the road. It's 1-0. Remy Poirier has been called up. He's the backup, Quebec native, so backing up Ottinger as Demidov brings it in. Kapanen, one-timer, score! What a rocket! Demidov to Kapanen as the rookies connect, and we're tied up at 2. Up for Hudson. Hudson, wrist shot, tapped home. Follow-up, Suzuki, bank job with Caulfield. Caulfield couldn't bank it in. Suzuki was there, right in front. Score! Slavkovsky! A power play goal, and it's 3-2 Montreal!
This one contested and controlled by Montreal. Lane Hutson with room. His shot, he scores! And Montreal's overtime success continues.
Conversation I won't share with Marty St. Louis about that this morning, but that was really, I can't figure that out.
Carrier down low, Texier scores! And out of the box is Deneau, puck comes right to him. Philip Deneau in, around Weegar, shoots, stopped by Wolf. Didn't know where the puck was. Montreal has it, penalty coming to Calgary, Hudson scores!
Find a way to dig their way back into this.
Patrick, ball down by Kapanen. What a stop, Wolf, rebound, Kapanen scores! Jack up to the line, Suzuki, over to Caulfield, shoots, scores! What a shot!
One thing Paul Maurice talks about all the time is that fourth line that came into the series against Toronto last year with Greer. Dobson, score! A rocket! Bar down! 1-0 Montreal!
Here's Slafkovsky at center. Up the left side, Demidov. Demidov barreling in. Petrie, checked by Slafkovsky. Kicks it right in front of Lurley. Score! What a goal! Kapanen midair. 2-0 Montreal! Walking the line, dishing Suzuki. Trying to shake off Petrie. Thrown across. Pass across. Score! Stay hot, Texier. Another one. 3-1 Montreal. Centering feed, wanted Petrie cutting in. Can the Habs break out 2-on-1? Texier, Caulfield. In comes Texier. Wanted Caulfield. Follow. Score! He'll take it. Texier. Second of the game. Montreal's got 4. Trying to maneuver, and he will. Gets to Kapanen down the ice. Slafkovsky. Foot race on. Uri Slafkovsky. And he missed, but he had his stick slashed. It should be a goal. It is. Uri Slafkovsky gets the goal. And Montreal, Valeno up the ice. Final minute, Bell Center, third period, 5-2 Montreal. Valeno dancing around, protects the puck, he shoots, blocker away, rebound, score! Hat-trick goal, Texier!
Canadiens are 1 for 16 in their last 5 with their power play. Thompson with a shot, he scores! Rejected but not out. Texier, Suzuki, Carrier scores! Alexander Carrier has tied it. Now Demidov will get to it. Ivan Demidov, a lead pass, Slafkovsky. He'll go wide, in front, they score! It's Alexander Carrier! And the Habs are up by 1. Number 4 of 6 straight on the road. Back-to-back, they're in Ottawa tomorrow. Caulfield, this way Matheson, a shot, he scores! Mike Matheson from downtown. 29 seconds into period number 3. Nylander over here for Lane Hutson. Hutson goes deep in the zone. Demidov, Slafkovsky, a quick hitter, he scores! Bang, bang! Strike again. This time, Uri Slafkovsky. Canadiens attempt to reset the play and do. Here they come. Uri Slafkovsky. Ivan Demidov. Kapanen scores! Tick, tack, goal. That's hockey, baby. 6-3, Montreal.
Strome is 6th in the NHL in face-off wins and percentage. And he'll dig it free. Strome. Anderson, a good job, but he found the puck in a 2-on-1. Anderson shorthanded, cutting in, waiting, shooting, score! Swings up to the far wall. Jam back in for Bolduc. Deneau there as well. Bolduc kicks it to Deneau. In front, Gallagher, wrist shot, score! Brandon Gallagher, 2-0 Montreal! Plays it behind Fowler. Dobson up the wall. He'll zip it up quickly. Caulfield cutting in, all alone, wrist shot, follow-up, score! Cole Caulfield buries the follow-up try, and it's 1-0 Montreal. Cole Caulfield. Suzuki feeds it up top. Hudson. Hudson gets it back across. Demidov, score! Ivan Demidov, a rocket. Power play goal. We're tied up at 2. Caulfield. Far point for Suzuki. Nick Suzuki. Hudson one-timer, loads up, rebound, Suzuki, score! Off the shot from Hudson, Nick Suzuki, another power play goal, and Montreal's got the lead.
Caulfield again, Canadiens buzzing. Caulfield for Suzuki. Holds on, check by Julie, got it back to Caulfield. Up for Slafkovsky, scores! For Suzuki, band on it. Giroux trying to get in his way. Caulfield up to the Canadiens, kicked it in, scores! Caulfield! 2-0 Montreal. Back for Matheson. He'll throw it to the net, kicked out by Marilyn, and Deneau couldn't get to the rebound. Anderson is on it, he'll shoot, scores! Josh Anderson snaps it home, and the Canadiens get the lead right back.
High anxiety situations.
Deneau won the draw, scores! Hudson shot tipped in front, and the Canadiens are within 1 as they get the goal with an net empty on a deflection by Juraj Slafkovsky. Anderson will back his way in the Ottawa zone. Chopping at it with Tkachuk. Here's Demidov with it. Demidov dropped it. Carrier scores! Tie game 5-5 on Hockey Day. Caulfield hustling back. Caulfield trying to get him away. And Giroux's pass, he put it over to Stützle. He banned on it. 2-1 Canadiens. Caulfield tees it up. Scores! Mr. Saturday Night is the hero in overtime again, and the Canadiens win it 6-5.
Sidesteps the body check and tried to clear. Comes to Carrier. Carrier to Goulet. Goulet, wrist shot. Rebound, score! He's got one! Phil Deneau first in his return as a Montreal Canadien. Carrier, final minute bell center, first period. Carrier's in deep. Round the net he goes for Demidov. Up for Matheson, kicks it to his stick, loads up, score! Carrier, the deflection, 2-1 Montreal! Hit the trailer, gets it back, Demidov again, up top, Struble, wrist shot, big block there, Struble again, Demidov, waiting, delivering, Hudson, score! The one-timer, Lane Hudson from Demidov, 3-2 Habs!
Suzuki through the circle, works past Sturm, cut off by Tarasenko, 20 to go. Hudson for Suzuki, Caulfield scores!
Oh, that's the one guy I didn't want to see get to shoot the puck.
Doc lost his stick, kicking at the puck, then he shoves down Dahlin. Suzuki, Caulfield, score! What a rocket! Cole Caulfield, 3-1 game! Slips that in with some speed, comes to Samuelson, he takes it behind his goalie.
Seems like Bolduc instead of Doc.
Bolduc steals, wrist shot, stop, Suzuki, score! The captain, Nick Suzuki, 3-2 game!
Mike Matheson points in 3 straight games with some assists on the game sheet for him. As he'll carry it in, flipped up, scores! Cole Caulfield on a great feed from Matheson. There's another assist, and there's another Saturday night goal for Cole Caulfield. Suzuki with it. Nick Suzuki to Cole Caulfield. Back for Nick Suzuki to Caulfield. Up for Suzuki. Looks to Caulfield. Scores! Cole Caulfield from a sharp angle has done it again. His second of the night, and the Canadiens get the lead back. It's 2-1. Hudson with it again. Back for Suzuki. Pressure by this Canadiens power play. Caulfield with it. Caulfield scores! He's done it again! Hat trick for Cole Caulfield!
Picked off by Gooley, and he'll fire right back in. Now Zach will do it to the net. The score! Off the deflection in front. Texie moving in. Off the Caulfield! And Schmidt takes away another.
That's two.
Back over Dobson. Trying to go back through the middle. Caulfield side of the net. Scores! Finally, Cole Caulfield. Eichel moving in through the middle. Shot blockered away by Dobish. Habs trying to get out to center. They do. Evans down the wing. Moving in. Evans to the net. Scores! Overtime winner!
Rush in the NHL. It's a nice job by Gooley.
Right off the draw. Hudson passes off. Shot. Scores! Slavkovsky carries in. Habs are 1 for 2 on the power play in Denver, the first meeting. Here's a shot off the wing. Rebound, scores! Loose puck for Oliver Kapanen, and he'll hoist it out to the backhand. Here goes Suzuki tracking it down. In on a break, Suzuki. Shot, scores! Zach Bolduc over to Gooley, off the boards. Rolling in behind the net. Right in front, they score! Controls. Over to Lane Hudson. Trying to settle it down as Bolduc. It's just picked up. Kirby Dach scores! Now Suzuki.
You got him.
Out to center with Carrier. Passes over Carrier. Shot. Scores!
Nice job by Hudson. Nichushkin way bigger. He's a hard guy to get the puck off of.
Here goes Slavkovsky with a shot that's wide. Capping it back in front. Scores!
To Hudson. Hudson for Suzuki to Slavkovsky. Caulfield from the corner where he's dangerous. You've got to watch him there. Now Suzuki in front. Scores! Juraj Slavkovsky rips it home, and the Canadiens strike first. It's Suzuki trying to hold off Kesselring. Hudson. Dropped it for Dobson. Skates it in. Dobson scores! Across the ice, Gooley from center who will dump it in. Lyon slows it down as Kesselring goes after it. Dach in front, scores! Caulfield on the setup from Suzuki. Second of the night. Canadiens up front 3-2. As Tuck will work it into the corner. Howard tried to get it in front. Taken away by Kapanen. For the empty net. Scores!
That's a big save. That's a big save. I mean, Dobish needs to settle in here. A lot of chaos around him. And now Gallagher powers in. He scores! Brendan Gallagher with a power move to the house.
Golfed out by Tarasenko with just about 20 seconds left in the period. Lane Hudson dances in. What a pass! What a goal! That's hockey, baby! Ivan Demidov on the weak side. And a beautiful pass right through the seam. Damon Hunt was injured in the first period. Suzuki picked up by Middleton. A goal! Kirby Dach with a flash out of nowhere. 12 seconds gone in period number 3. Montreal with a 3-2 lead.
Nearly rolled that one behind Hellebuck. Slavkovsky backs up with it. Over to Dobson. Dobson shot tipped off the stick of Perfetti. Scores! It's Kapanen that finds the open net on the...
Much better checking by the Jets in the first period. Montreal's getting loose now through the neutral zone.
Here's Gallagher to the point. Struble with a shot, scores! Jaden Struble's shot gets through. It may have hit Anderson in front of the net. Kapanen, head for Gallagher and out. Here comes Anderson over the line. Anderson to Hudson. Scores! What a goal! Wayne Hudson under the bar and in. 3-1 Montreal. A little magic from Wayne Hudson. 8 seconds to go in the power play. Will carry it back in. Played it down to Doc. In front. Gallagher scores! What a play! What a setup! And it's Brendan Gallagher with goals in back-to-back games. Anderson wins the battle. Oh, he went to shoot it out and caught the linesman, but it's right for Deneau. Empty net, who scores! Philip Deneau will get the empty netter. Travis Toomey is going to shake off the shot. He ended up getting dinged with.
But Montreal, to the credit of the Islanders, could not get a good scoring chance. Here's Thompson looking for one. Walking in, Richard, score! Thompson! What a rocket against his former team. It's 1-0 Montreal. Texier. Alexandre Texier. He'll feed it down low, get it back from Newhook. That drive, Thompson, score! Thompson delivers again. 2-0 Montreal. Picks up the pass. Hudson looking both ways, goes to Suzuki. Lane Hudson across, one-timer, stick shot, score! Caulfield, broken stick, no problem as Caulfield catches. Power play goal, 3-2, Montreal.
Can't clear it out, throw it to the point. Roy holds onto it, played it up for Chikrin, it's back, and it's Caulfield breaking it alone. Caulfield scores!
Getting in right in tight on Dobin.
Lindgren tried to move it. Bolduc cut it off to the line. Struble's shot. Suzuki scores! Caulfield has got it again. He's put the Canadiens up front with a go-ahead goal, and now he's the franchise leader.
Quick puck movement. It's hard for the penalty killers to keep up with it.
Here comes Newhook driving in. Beats it back. Bolduc to Matheson. Scores! Suzuki has got it. This time he'll carry it up into the capital zone. It's Suzuki. Holds on. Drop back. Scores! Cody Dock rips it home.
We'll see if we can get the third one here.
Now they've got the net empty with the extra attacker out, and it's Ovechkin on the puck, but it's broken up by Suzuki. Scores! Suzuki's backhander finds the net. And it's 5-2 Montreal. Strong shooting. Knocked down in front. Wilson trying to find it. Jake Evans has got it. He'll shoot it down the ice.
Laura Dykin's a betting person. I'll bet on him getting 50. I think Frankie will take that bet too.
He's got a lot of time left. Oh, we might not need it. Here goes Oliver Kapanen moving in. Scores! Oliver Kapanen with a shot off the wing. To the point, Montreal with it. Here's Matheson, shot, and they score! Matheson shot from the line, took a deflection in front, and it beats Askarov as Montreal retake the lead 2-1. Handles it around, looks down low, missed Caulfield, but will be picked up by Demidov. Zings that to the point. Now here's Suzuki. For Hudson, Demidov, one-time shot, and he scores! Ivan Demidov, power play goal off the one-time drive. And it's a 5-3 game. Demidov had just 2 goals over his last 21 games, so good to see him back. As here goes Newhook, shot, and he scores! And it's 2 quick strikes for Montreal. Gallagher, short pass ahead for Newhook. Drops it off. Dobson, back for Matheson. Stop, they score! Alex Newhook. Sharp angle. Final seconds of the power play, and Montreal have tied the game at 5.
As it is the first shot of the net that ends up going in anyway for the Anaheim Ducks. Hobson on the attack, down low. Here's Suzuki, front, he scores! And Nick Suzuki answers right back for Montreal. Has he touched the puck yet? As here come Montreal to center. Suzuki over the line with Juraj Slafkovsky. Hudson moving in, tries the shot, and he scores! Lane Hudson moves in from the line, and it is a power play goal for Montreal.
This Montreal team coming into tonight's game, 4th in the Atlantic, 5th in the East. Caulfield with the one-timer on the seam pass, and now they're 1 goal down.
Oh, this is a pretty play. And it's Nick Suzuki who is the architect.
He directed around the boards by Lucas Dostal. Now Montreal win the battle. Side of the net, out in front, center try for Kirby Dach, knocked away, shot, they score! Alexandre Carrier settles the puck down, fires it home, and Montreal come back.
He comes up with a big-time goal at a key moment of the game. That's what you need. You know, you're not always going to have your A game.
Here's Hudson off to Dobson, to the net, and scores! Dobson with the shot, redirect in front.
Got it across for Boulder. Sends it down. Hudson for Dach. Kirby Dach back to the line. Evans is there. Has a look. Waits. Now shoots. Scores! Jake Evans rips it home. And the 3rd shot of the game for the Canadiens will end up in the back of the net. And it's, well, 1-1 game. Hop onto the wing. Suzuki will catch up to it. Swung it back for Slafkovsky. Slafkovsky into the slot, scores! What a goal! Juraj Slafkovsky from the slot, top corner, and the Canadiens take the lead. Hudson sets it up. Suzuki to Hudson, over to Slafkovsky, scores! Juraj Slafkovsky, 2nd of the night, the power play goal, ties it at 3. Juraj Slafkovsky back for Suzuki. Got it on net. Kemper with a save. Caulfield strips the puck. Played it for Slafkovsky. Suzuki scores! Nick Suzuki, the one-timer. It's in behind Kemper, and the Canadiens have the lead.
Kapanen. Demidov takes a bump from Ekman-Larsson, but works it loose. Newhook in front. Scores! Pretty goal. Oliver Kapanen. Under 5.5 to go here in the opening period. Oliver Kapanen, the goal scorer. 1-0 Montreal. Cooley, funny bounce in front. Scores! Philip Deneau. That shot blocked in front by Matheson. And Spaulding Matheson to get it out. Evans after it. Cowan back. Jake Evans scores.
Suzuki follows up. Nick Suzuki's been involved in over 75% of the power play goals scored by the Canadiens this year. Chance for 1 now. Scores. Slafkovsky tips it in. And he passes the pocket rocket to be the highest scoring player before his 22nd birthday in Canadiens history. In the corner, and it's picked up by Evans to the line. Hudson, side of the goal, wrap around, touch the 8, and he put it under the pad, scores! That time it's in!
Hudson was giving it to the official all the way to the bench. Of course, he's taken 2 penalties tonight. He thinks Jensen felled him going to the net.
New hooked up with it. Snaps it on net. Rebound. Scores! Ivan Demidov bangs it home. And the Canadiens take the lead. Celebrating. Hands it off for Sherwood. Lost a handle on it. Slafkovsky steals. He'll get it up through center. And here comes Caulfield. Over the line. Caulfield shot. Scores! Dobson with it. Plays it over. Demidov will settle it down. Dropped it back. Suzuki follows up. Scores!
Trouba back. In comes Gallagher. As the two veterans below the goal line. There's Alex Newhook jumping into the play. Lane Hudson weaving in. One-time shot. Score! Alex Newhook! Great velocity up top, and Montreal's got life. It's 2-1. Lane Hudson up to 118 assists now in game 150 tonight. Up ahead. Caulfield! Score! 2-2 game. Cole Caulfield! Sends it across to the circle. Dobich, pardon me, Fowler knocks that down, and Slafkovsky's away. Juraj Slafkovsky. Nick Suzuki, wrist shot, score! The captain, Nick Suzuki, 3-2 game! A couple nights ago, Sunday, against the Anaheim Ducks as well. Here's Zacha, lost the puck, nice move, Caulfield, Slafkovsky, Suzuki, backhand score! Nick Suzuki! For Hudson, Lane Hudson, shaking off the checks, making some space. Hudson, wrist shot, tip, score! Josh Anderson, the tip in front, 2-2 game! 30 seconds left. Suzuki, Hudson, Lane Hudson, watched by Pasternak. Hudson, dishing, Suzuki, waits, shoots, tip drop, score! Caulfield, welcome to the 40 Club, OT winner, and Montreal wins 3-2. Nick Suzuki, Hudson, back for Suzuki. Caulfield right in front, puck loose, Slafkovsky, score! Juraj Slafkovsky, power play goal, and Montreal's got the icebreaker. It's 1-0.
Across the Caulfield, down off, save Sorokin, off of Demidov at the side of the net. Caulfield up with it, down to Suzuki. Nick Suzuki in the slot, Slafkovsky scores! Kapanen over the line with it, drops it off, Demidov down to Kapanen, and it went away from Demidov, scores! Suzuki, Caulfield. Caulfield, back for the captain. Nick Suzuki to Caulfield. Scores! Oh, baby! He's done it again! What a shot and what a goal! Call one by the Canadiens. Carried to the point. Goalie shot, scores! Flip it in. Schaefer after the puck. Suzuki on it first. Has a look at front. Dropped it for Caulfield. Slafkovsky scores! What a setup! Slafkovsky's second of the night. Suzuki to Caulfield. Caulfield up high. Goalie shot off the glove of Sorokin. Slafkovsky on the rebound. Back for Caulfield. Scores! 2-0 night for Cole Caulfield. Caulfield knocked it free. It's Suzuki. Waits. Caulfield scores! Bonsoir! 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 Cole Caulfield hat-trick!
Here's Demidov. Just one goal in his last 9 games for Demidov and 1 point, an assist in his last 5. Here's Struble at the line. Wrist shot deflected. Score! The tip in front. Montreal within 1. As Jarvis hobbled after that. Here's Dobson in deep. Noah Dobson cutting right in. Poked away by Anderson. Good poke check with a stick. Up top. That's right stuff. Rebound. Score! Caulfield! 44 of the season. 2-2 game. Matheson fakes the one-timer and he'll walk it in. Mike Matheson takes it behind the net. Matheson, Suzuki. Dobson waits, shoots, to score! He did it again! Cole Caulfield! Ehlers back to the point. It bobbled on Miller. Look out! Demidov in! Breakaway! Demidov forehand! Score! Ivan Demidov! Carrier into the corner. Newhook reaching for it. Carrier worked it free down the ice. Jake Evans score! Hudson though back to work in deep. Provorov pins him. Hudson digs it free one more time. Lane Hudson up for Bolduc. Bolduc waits across Struble right in. Score! Jaden Struble! What a shot! His first of the season, and it's 1-0 Montreal. Mike Matheson, nice move up the ice. Habs now with some numbers. Pass across. Bolduc! Score! Thrown over! Zachary Bolduc!
Saros moves it around to Perbix. Perbix trying to go with a long feed, but it's up. Escape. Demidov the other way and scores! Ivan Demidov puts it off the post and in, and the Canadiens strike first in Nashville. Hudson is there. Newhook to Kapanen. Back for Newhook. Cutting in with a shot. Off the glove of Saros. Rebound. Newhook. Side of the net in front. Scores! Kapanen bangs it home. They stuck with it. And Kapanen taps it in to make it 2-0. Hands it off for Carrier. They'll fire it around. Shea was there. Caulfield trying to get to it. Knocks over Marchessault. He's on it. Caulfield scores! 45 for Cole Caulfield. And it's 3-0 Montreal. Back down low. Here's a chance. Kapanen shot block. Newhook over for Demidov. Shoots off the post. He's got it again. Pass across. Scores! Newhook puts it home on the great feed. And it's 4-0.
Look at options. Jarvis, and that right pad again. Dobish, my goodness. Jarvis is having a night. Caulfield, though, some space, brings it in. Waits, drops, shot, score! What a response, Nick Suzuki, and we're all tied up at 1.
Do more with less than Carolina does.
Well, in 23 and in 25, Mike, your answer was the Florida Panthers.
That's exactly right.
Suzuki, Jepson, wrist shot, score! Cole Caulfield, 46, 2-1 Montreal!
And these two.
0 for 2 on the power play. This would be huge. Dying seconds. Habs control Suzuki. What a stop at the follow-up score! Nick Suzuki, what a night! Power play goal, and with 5.8 to go. Caulfield one-timer comes to Demidov in the corner off the stick. Habs still with possession. Slafkovsky, Demidov. Slafkovsky one-timer. Score! Juraj Slafkovsky, power play goal. And the Montreal Canadiens strike first. It's 1-0. Puck behind Vasilevsky. It's up for Cirelli. He keeps it moving, but turned it over. Slafkovsky. In he comes. Juraj Slafkovsky. Centering feed. Caulfield! Score! A tap job. 47 and counting for Cole Caulfield. And Tampa's got to get back on side. Kucherov slaps it across. Intended for Perry. Empty net down the ice. Score! Montreal, a 3-1 lead. Buried, and Suzuki wanted to work it across for Gensel. Kucherov again. Jammed up by Nick Suzuki.
Got to get it to Caulfield. Get
Suzuki!
Caulfield.
Oh, they'll just bury it. Why not?
The 3-on-1.
Wants the 2 points, and the captain, Nick Suzuki, to the back of the net. His 27th of the season.
Whether it's a contract or putting themselves on the radar to make this team out of camp next season, there's a lot of urgency coming from those players.
Here's a turnover. Demidov. Newhook scores! Alex Newhook, a rocket off the turnover, and Montreal the icebreaker. 1-0 at MSG. Slafkovsky. Drop pass. Gooley. Wrist shot. That hit a body in front. Top line pushing. Caulfield one-timer. Score! Cole Caulfield, 48, as the push to 50 continues. 5:13 to go, and that's a win for Suzuki. Round the wall, Caulfield. In flight, Cole Caulfield. Cutting in, chip shoot, score! Cole Caulfield did it again! 49 and counting for number 13!
To Caulfield along the goal line, up high for Struble. Played it across for Jackeye. Harvard Jackeye with it. Jackeye to Caulfield. Hands it off. Struble shot. Scores! Struble hits it home, and the Canadiens get the first goal of the game. Gave it off for Suzuki. Hudson with it. Suzuki waiting to Cole Caulfield. Caulfield hangs on. Center scores! Ivan Demidov puts it home on the feed from Caulfield. A power play goal to make it 2-0. Struble brings it into the Devils' zone. Hands it off. Holder tried to center. Anderson at far hole. Struble at the open net. Puts it, shoots, scores! Wayne Hudson puts it home. 3-0 Montreal. Tied for first in NHL rookie goals. Does he have a shootout winner on his stick tonight in New Jersey? Scores! Canadiens win it. It's a 100-point season for Montreal.
Suzuki in flight, hands it off. Slafkovsky works it for Caulfield. Caulfield, Demidov, one-timer, score! What a rip! Demidov, power play goal. 1-0 Montreal. Hold him down. Extra attacker out. Engstrom as Suzuki jumps on the ice. Dobson in front. Dano, score! Phil Dano, 2-2 game! Slafkovsky, 25 seconds left. It's Hudson over the line, cutting in. Hudson waits in front. Score! The captain, Nick Suzuki, 3-3 game with 21.1 to go.
He is so good in these shootouts. We'll see what Tarasov can do. Oh, and he got it to go. Tarasov did have a beat on it and got a piece.
Yeah, he did.
Both these teams, Tampa, Montreal, 25 wins apiece since the new year. Suzuki, a step, Caulfield in, Richard, score! Magic at the Bell Center, and a 50-goal season for Cole Caulfield. Here's Suzuki. He was the hero late in the game to tie the game back on Tuesday, Nick Suzuki. Suzuki, the steal, in front, score! And a 30-goal season for Juraj Slafkovsky!
Miles Wood tried to clear it out, stopped by Anderson. Caulfield quickly over to Hudson. Lane Hudson played it down for Edmonton. Scores! Josh Anderson tips it home. Leaves it. Demidov tips it for Slafkovsky. Suzuki with it. Nick Suzuki flips it to Caulfield. Scores! Caulfield's got 51!
Hudson. He'll flip one across. Slafkovsky takes it high. Juraj Slafkovsky creates some space. Centering feed. Score! 100-point season for Nick Suzuki! Suzuki in the corner. Slafkovsky. Hudson. Suzuki. Seam pass. Score! How about 101? Suzuki to Demidov. 2-0 Montreal. So Nick Suzuki, as we talked about, 5th in NHL scoring. They come again. Newhook, wrist shot, scores! Alex Newhook, 3-0 Montreal. 3 goals in a span of a minute. Tie the Sabres in the Atlantic. Wrist shot off a body and wide. Under 20 seconds left. Sorokin obviously in his net. Doc on the puck. Wrist shot, posted out, rebound, score! Zach Bolduc, and that'll ice it. 4-1 Montreal.
Tangled up with Gaucher, he'll work it to center ice.
That's part of the frustration right there of the Flyers. The Habs get a rush, the Flyers kill it. They try and dump it in the second time, the Flyers kill it.
Kaden Cooley, backdoor score! And
guess who? Brandon Gallagher in the lineup, back of the net. 2-1 hockey game. Evans will swat it in. Under 20 seconds remaining. Gallagher a good hit in the corner, trying to free the puck. And he does. Arbor, Jack guy, right on, it's loose. Scores! Jake Evans dives in and chips it home. 3-2 hockey game.
Sent back to the line for Matheson. So both goaltenders, especially Dobish early, looking sharp. Centered in front again. Scores! There's the opening goal. And it's Josh Anderson. Hudson. Vasilevsky's best sequence of the game so far. It'll come across for Slavkovsky. Scores! And the game is tied. Now down low it goes. Slavkovsky. Demidov. Hudson again. Suzuki. Here's Caulfield. In front. Scores! Uri Slavkovsky. Back-to-back power play goals. And Montreal leads. And here comes Suzuki in. Midpoint Hudson. Down low. Slavkovsky. Scores! It's a hat trick. Overtime. Winner for Uri Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky sends it across. Here's Suzuki. Caulfield gives it back. Suzuki. No shooting lane. Hudson fire. Scores! And they've got another power play goal. And the game is tied. Now Anderson in and Evans tying up. Lilleberg in front. Scores! Josh Anderson. And Montreal has regained the lead. Along the boards, it'll be kept alive by point, and now out comes Bolduc onto the right side for Doc. Tries to give it back. Bolduc in front. Taxi scores! Texier's got it behind the net. Stopped on the play. Excuse me, Doc. As Vasilevsky makes a big save. This line creates another scoring chance. It's Doc. Scores! Checked on the play by Bolduc. It ricochets for Texier. He'll try and turn away from point. Swivels it back. Lane Hudson scores! Canadiens in victory lane tonight! At the line, it's Rada shooting. Kicked away on the right pad of Dobish. Now lead feed. And there's Bolduc to the end. Let's go! Suzuki wins the draw cleanly. Gets it back. Holding on to it as he's watched by Gergensons out with boards. Caulfield in front.
Get everybody into the game, get the emotion right down throughout your lineup.
There's Gallagher. Now Newhook pouncing on the puck, and he fired that. A rebound and Clip, and they score! It's Brandon Gallagher! Can you script it any better than that?
Especially when you don't kind of have a book on a guy, right? You don't know how fast he is until you get the play against him.
There's Kirby Doc trying to twist against Gonzalez. Stars! What a play! Kirby Doc! Return fire! And the Canadiens are back in front. Back to Hudson, and change is underway 1 minute in. A lead feed. They've got Texier. Shot! Scores! Alex Texier! 66 seconds in. 90 seconds remaining here in the opening period. Shots 9-3, Tampa Bay, but Montreal threatening here. Scores! a deflection! And Montreal has struck first. Suzuki after the puck. Slavkovsky on it. Feeds it back. Newhook off the bench. Back to Hudson now. And that is blocked away. Here's one. Save score! Scored! And the Canadiens have the lead. It'll be Caulfield across. Lane Hudson again. Caulfield cracked by Mallenstein. Swung low for Slavkovsky to the net. Scores! Nick Suzuki! And the Canadiens cut the Buffalo lead in half. Timmins works it ahead. Buffalo gets out. Over skating at Thompson. Back in. Kirby Dach. And Ryan down. Rebound. Scores! What a play! Kirby Dach. And the Canadiens get one back. Knocking him off stride, but Hudson's going to stay with him. And now Jake Evans gets it back. Back to Hudson, moving in. And across. The shot scores! A minute 36 in. And it looks like Alex Newhook with the touch. And an icebreaker for Montreal.
Dobish wasn't able to see him. You got to get some traffic in front. You've got to try those cross-seam passes. The 4 goals against, 2 of them tap in cross-seam. The other 2 were screens.
Matheson scores! Mike Matheson on another face-off win. And Montreal's got a 2-goal lead. Pass too far for Tuck, taken away by Hudson. Hudson gets run by Zucker, but out comes Evans. Here's Jake Evans in. In front, scores! What a pass from Evans to Newhook, who doubles down, and Montreal has a 3-0 lead. Back to Thompson. And off balance, he screws himself into the ice. It's a 2-on-1. It's Carrier. Scores! Alex Carrier! And it's 4-1 Montreal. Suzuki onto the right side. Tate Thompson has come on. So they need 3. They get the extra guy out right now, and Suzuki makes it a 5-1 Montreal lead. He has goals in 3 straight games. There's Dobson leading them back in. Noah Dobson unable to thread that pass through off the stick behind the net. Battle for it in front. Jake Evans stop. The rebound. Scores. It's Alex Newhook. Great pressure. Hudson took wide. It's gathered back. And played to Demidov from Caulfield. What a move. Hudson. Caulfield scores. Too far for Krebs and bounce back. And after the puck is Boleno. Kirby Dach going to the net. Scores! Zach Bolduc! With Alex Tuck. Caulfield. Hudson. Back to Caulfield and Hudson again. He'll shoot it. Scores! It is stopped by Dobish with a 2-on-1. It's Delo across with Texier. Texier and Ryan must have got a piece of the score. Kirby Dach. And a bouncing puck with the net empty, and it's Alex Newhook off the post, but they're going to give it the goal on the penalty with the empty net. Newhook gets a stick on that, trying to hold the zone. Good battle in front. Evans. Oh, it went up high. Looks like he was there. Newhook scores. He's done it again. Now Demidov, Slavkovsky, Hudson, Suzuki. Shot blocked. Hudson gets it back. His shot blocked. Caulfield, in front, scores! Cole Caulfield! And a lead feed, Suzuki trying to dash back in after his 3-game goal streak came to an end. The giveaway here, Suzuki, a chance, in front, scores! Cole Caulfield has tied it, and now he has goals in 3 straight. Scored the first goal of the series and now has 3 goals and 10 points in the playoffs. 2-1 is scores off Texier. It's a wild start here in Buffalo, and the game is even again.
After some sloppy play in the defensive zone, a really good outlet pass created that chance.
So through those Sabres put out over a minute as Hudson in front scores. Josh Anderson on the Hudson pass, and for the 3rd time the game is tied.
Earlier on in the period, they were panicking with those kind of plays and turning the puck over and allowing the pressure to continue.
Here's Davidoff in again, and look at it, it's in. Look at it, look behind, and the red light is on.
Well, it's not going to be Davidoff, but he makes it happen. It's
so the Canadiens with the most power play opportunities in the playoffs. Going to work on their first of the night with just under 2.5 minutes to go, and Suzuki scores! 10 seconds in, and now Montreal has a 2-goal lead. Pressure for over a minute now in the Buffalo zone. That went off Davidoff's stick, but saved by Hudson. And now Davidoff again, fires, scores! There it is!
What a great season he's had, and just a great play of keeping this one alive. A little chip by Suzuki, and Slavkovsky was looking Caulfield first to make that play possible.
Jake Evans digs in and wins that face-off. Scores! It's Arbor Jacky with the equalizer.
Oh, man.
They get in, and now it's Davidoff with the puck. He'll shovel it to Hudson. Slavkovsky with room. Down low it goes to Caulfield. Back up top. One-timer. Scores! He won! Davidoff! Matheson takes him to the boards. Evans comes up with a loose puck. Maybe a 2-on-1 brewing. It's Evans and Anderson. Jake Evans scores! And now bounce down into Sabre territory. That's Josh Anderson in after first. Got it loose. A chance here. Goalie in front. Scores! Tipped in front. And Montreal has struck first. Phil Deneau with the touch. Now Bolduc from the corner. Back to the line for Hudson. Lane Hudson can't sift it through. It'll be Suzuki in front. Scores! It's Bolduc. A power play goal, and for the first time, a guy on the second power play unit has struck. And that breakaway chance in overtime, that came close to the line, and now Montreal's going to work it out. Carrier ahead. Over the line comes Newhook. Shooting. Scores! Alex Newhook! Olé! 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 And Montreal is going to play Carolina in the Eastern Conference Final. But they've been shot out of a cannon. Now let's see how Montreal responds. It's Suzuki on that left flank for Caulfield, along with Slavkovsky in front. Here's Caulfield. Scores! There's the answer a minute in. And return fire from Montreal. So 4-on-4, it's Aho and Jarvis. And here's a break. It's Phil Deneau in. Scores! Deneau, 4-on-4. And Montreal has the lead. Up for Texier at center. Banks that in against Slavin. Around for Chatfield. He's hit. Dooley jumped up to come up with a puck. Centering pass. Scores! Alex Texier. And Montreal, the first to score 3 against Frederik Andersen in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Crashing in there was Stankoven. Up ahead, Evans. New hook, Davidoff, home free, Davidoff ends. Does Andersen have it? No, red light on, and it's 4-1.
Numerous times to try to keep Dobish in his net.
Here is a chance for Slafkovsky, in, and scores! A highlight reel goal, Juraj Slafkovsky. Evans got a stick on it, kept in by Gostisbehere, blocked by Suzuki. An outlet here for Slafkovsky with an empty net, and he scores! Juraj Slafkovsky doubles down. Can't get that toward the net. Carrier around. Evans unable to knock that down. It'll be swept to the line, kept in by Gooley. Here's a chance. Pass in front. Andersen scores. Josh Andersen has returned fire, and the game is tied. The Canadiens end up with a puck, and they'll work out. And here they come. Over the line to no, right side. Andersen cuts to the middle. Slid off his stick. Loose in front. The jam away. And score! It is tied. Josh Andersen. And Nikishin comes back to regain possession for the Canes. Evans steals the puck. Gets it to Davidoff. Here's a chance. Scores! Mike Matheson. Stahl out there in a penalty-killing role, along with Jankowski. Pretty big wingspan here for them, but here's Caulfield. Scores! Lane Hudson! Suzuki on it. Got it to Davidoff. Checked there by Miller. DeAndre Miller doesn't clear. Here's a chance right in front. Caulfield scores. Cole Caulfield breaks the long shutout bid of Frederik Andersen. Montreal on the board.